Welcome to my channel. In this video I will do a flip through of the beautiful book Queens of Poland, created by Nowak. This book was kindly sent to me by the publisher. I think that everyone knows about Nowak and her beautiful portraits. Her previous book with Slavic portraits had a huge success, but for me this one is the most beautiful. If you love to color faces, intricate hairstyle, medieval dresses, various jewelry, and if you love history, then you definitely will fall in love with this book. This book is quite unique because here we have beautiful portraits to color, but also Christina created a huge story behind it. He made a huge research because here we have all queens of Poland, and for each of the portraits we have short story about which facts we know about that lady, what she was famous for. Christina tried to show some traditional traits in her clothes, in the style of her hair and jewelry, which was fashionable for that time of the history, but also she tried to show some personal traits for the ladies, so it's quite interesting to learn about all of them. I always loved history and I always was interested in Polish history. You know that it's a country which is quite close to my country, and many periods of our history we spent together, so to say. One of my favorite series of the books which I read when I was a child were historical books by Henryk Sienkiewicz about history of Poland, and the books are absolutely great. So of course I am so excited to have this book, to look at it, to learn about all of these ladies, and of course to color. Book was published by Decamate. It has this beautiful sturdy cardstock cover. It looks like a normal binded book with this beautiful binding, which I absolutely love because it's so easy to lay flat the book, and the size of the book is quite big. It has the same width as the Hannah Carson book, for example, but it's higher. You can see that it's A4 size. And of course, as all the books made by Decamate, it's printed on the perfect paper. I absolutely love this paper for everything, for watercolor and for all pencil brands. Here is the beginning. Of course, I will leave you all links to Nowak pages, to her Facebook group, so you will be able to admire her art, to get some inspiration from others' work in this book. Here we have text in Polish and in English, and here we have the list of all 45 ladies. We have 45 line art pictures and also additionally 5 more heavily grayscaled pictures. So it's, if you want to practice how to color grayscale, you also will be able to do it here. And here is our first spread. We have portrait on the right, we have short story in 2 languages on the left, we have name, then approximate years when she lived, when she was the queen, and what was interesting in her life. A little bit about her king, about her husband, and for each lady it's quite interesting to learn if their marriage was by love or it was just a political marriage. Did she do something significant for the Poland? So it's quite great that Christina gathered all this info and put into her book. You can see that mostly image is line art, but on the face and on the hair we have very light grayscale, very helpful for beginners. And as I said, I know that this paper, it will be perfect for all pencil brands. I think that I am not very experienced colorist for faces. I will start with my traditional Faber-Castell polychromos, it's easier for me, and then I will try to use other Maybe I will even try to use watercolors, but I am not just so adventurous now. With pencils it's easier for me. Look at all those ladies, those beautiful eyes, they immediately caught attention. And look that indeed all the faces are different, and we can see the character of the lady behind of the portrait, and also change of the style in the hair, in the clothes. Very interesting. This one definitely is my favorite in the book because her name is Maria Dobrokneva and she was born in Kiev. So I feel that we are somehow connected. The interesting thing is that here in Kiev, which is quite ancient city, we still have several buildings which were built before or in the time of Maria Dobrokneva, church where she was baptized. So again, I feel some connection to this lady, to this portrait. Maybe I will start from it, but I definitely include it in my to-do list. And besides, she's absolutely beautiful here. Apart from all this interesting jewelry, we also have flowers, we have butterflies, sometimes birds or animals, so nice addition to the portraits. And I do love to look at how the style of the clothes changed from more medieval to more like Renaissance style. And as I said, it's quite interesting how Christina tried to show the character of the lady behind the portrait. This one is so tender, so interesting, like dreaming lady. This one is more serious. This one is absolutely beautiful. I do love this headpiece and the rowan, so sweet. This one has a knife. Here we have Saint Kinga. It will be quite interesting to learn about this queen turned the saint. Here we have, she is surrounded by beautiful hydrangea flowers. Well, of course, I need to learn many things to color this book at proper level, to give credits all these beautiful ladies. But it's really great that we don't have to limit ourselves in the selection of media we can use in this book, that we can do watercolor, underpaint, and then to work on the details with pencils. Well, if I feel confident in coloring metals, then it will be easier for me to color crowns, gemstones, jewelry, but of course I need to study better how to do various types of fabric, fur, which we can find on their clothes. And of course it's a great book to properly study how to do shading on faces. Look at this one, she's so beautiful and surrounded by irises. This one is dreaming, such a sweet lady. I do love that we also have various compositions. This one is surrounded by this wreath. Some pictures are more detailed. Look at this beauty. I do love her hairstyle. And we have the same portrait, but slightly bigger if you want to practice better. Oh, it's so interesting. She's holding cheese. Probably there is some historical facts behind it. Why the queen is holding cheese. And this one is also one of my favorites. She's gorgeous. She's royal looking, but at the same time she's incredibly beautiful. I love everything here. This medieval dress with this rich embroidery, a lot of pearls, and of course her crown. It's so regal. This one look more flirtous, more easy character one. Some of them look like more, not like warrior queens, but more hard-hearted, somehow more decided. We can clearly see how style of her hair started to change. It's so nicely described by Christina. Oh, this one is not very traditional for the queens to be depicted in some way, so maybe she's famous because of some love story. I don't know. Marie Casimir, I need to learn about her more. This one looks much more like official portraits. It's interesting that we also have her in such pose. And again, style of the dresses changed, style of the hair changed. And we are closer to 1747. This one is so lovely with the chrysanthemum flower. And in the end we have 5 grayscale portraits. I think that here I definitely can use my couple of new Caran Luminance light pencils, which I purchased especially for doing a light fair skin, so maybe I will test them here. And this one, it's absolutely gorgeous, simply like as it is in black and grey. I would post it on my wall as a poster. I just think that it's perfect. Here is a Slavic Beauty, another gorgeous book by Christina Nowak. Well, I hope that you loved this book, and please wish me luck that I will gather my courage and that I will start to color in this book. I probably won't start from one of my most favorite portraits. I will select portrait which I like, but not the best, to get used to the style, to practice a little bit more, because my skills in doing big portraits, they are totally rusted. But of course I am eager to start coloring here and to discover stories of all those ladies. Thank you, and until my next videos.